Hello and welcome to the Marketing Times Analytics podcast. I'm your host, Alex Safranis, and today we're on with Jehanzaib Azam. Jay, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, Alex. First of all, it's a pleasure to be featured on your podcast. My name is Jehanzaib Azam. As Alex introduced me, I'm currently working as the Chief Marketing Officer at Progetics. It's a software house. We provide softwares and mobile application development solutions to our clients, serving the North American market mostly, and definitely other parts of the globe as well, including the European market and the Australian market as well. Yeah, that's it from my
Okay.
end.
Yeah, tell us about it. How did you get to CMO level? What was your career path like?
Okay, that's an excellent question. So the story starts. First of all, I got a formal education in the domain of marketing. In the majors of marketing, my favorite subject was brand management. In my recent podcast, I mentioned that one book. The book name was Principles of Marketing by Philip. That was the very first book that I read about marketing, and then I fell in love with the subject. I realized how difficult and complex it is the entire marketing process, all the consumer behavior things, all the demographics, psychographics, and so many subconscious things work on a consumer's mind before they make a decision of buying a service or a product. So I fell in love with that subject, and then I decided to take a formal education into that. Did my bachelor's in business administration with majors in marketing and advertising. Then I started my career with social media marketing first. I used to manage my clients' pages. I used to do organic social media marketing for them. That was a big thing back then. Organic algorithm used to do justice to all your content, the group postings, the content calendars, and all those things. I started there. Then I started doing my certifications from HubSpot. I learned about search engine optimization. Then I wanted to apply all those things. After the search engine optimization, I started developing my interest towards performance marketing. The first thing that I did was the certification by Google in Google Ads. Back then, it was Introduction to Google Advertisement, something like that. Fundamentals of Google Advertisements. Those were the courses that I started taking, and after that, the email marketing was the only thing that was left. Along with that, I started working on the content marketing part. Once I realized that, okay, now I'm ready, I have learned so many things about marketing and subjects. Meanwhile, working as a social media executive, I got promoted to the position of digital marketing manager in one of the software houses serving the North American market. And post working in that company for 1 or 2 years, I got an opportunity from Cubics, which is a Forbes listed company. They were working on launching their product and they wanted me to lead the operations for the marketing side. And I joined them. I worked there as the head of marketing, got the opportunity to work with the greatest leaders over there, and also got the opportunity and the exposure of the international market and got a chance to do a head on competition with the other in 3000 listed companies like Design Pickle, companies like Jim and Penji, and all other different companies. I got the opportunity to learn about how their operations and how these things work. And after that, one of the co-founders of the company Progetics, which was formerly known as Vistec, approached me over LinkedIn, and he was interested about learning. He was there. He wanted to actually rebrand his company. He wanted to revamp his company from scratch. So he gave me the opportunity, and I got the chance to revamp his company. And the first thing that I did was to change its name from Vistec to Progetics. It was a good company, doing great with like approximately 75 to 100 employees back then. They were working for the North American market and providing the software solutions, mobile application services, development services mostly. And after the rebranding part, I came up with the name of Progetics, which is Progress in Advanced Technology and Information with an X factor. First of all, what I did is to coin the vision for the company, then a new name for the company, and that's how the journey got started. Let's keep it short this way so that we can talk about each fraction later. So I became CMO in this company, and it's been more than 2 years that I have the pleasure of serving this company as the chief marketing officer. And I also recently became the CMO of their other operation, their another venture in the Asian market by the name of Faucets, which is also providing the software solutions and the digital marketing services to the Asian market with their brand communication and their pricing and all their different strategies. I hope that answers the questions.
Yeah, definitely. That's an interesting path. Before we continue, here's a brief word from our sponsor, A. Safranis Marketing Services. Want to cut your marketing costs and boost your ROI? I can help. With over 10 years of experience, I use advanced testing and analytics to improve your marketing results. By understanding your audience and using targeted strategies, you'll see more efficient spend and higher returns. Ready for better results? Book a free marketing audit in the description below. And now back to the episode. Sounds like you had a sort of a broad exposure to a lot of different areas of marketing. And that's obviously very important if you're in a leadership role because you need to understand how the whole marketing machine works. I'm curious, as you get into the CMO job, what is the main success metric that you are following? How do you define success as a CMO?
How do I define success as a CMO? Okay, but what do we exactly mean by success? Like my personal success or the success of the product or the service that I'm working on? If you can elaborate it.
For the role of CMO, what is the metric that determines success?
So yeah, metrics are very important for our business. How would I actually know that I'm actually making any progress in any direction if I don't have a particular KPI or metric? It totally depends upon which particular item or task that I'm working on. For the team part, we try to work on the milestones. If we are achieving all those milestones on time and on budget, that is the best metric for us. For the clients part, it goes the same way. If the clients are getting the results, they in our particular service, when we are producing software, a person who needs a mobile application is totally different from a person who's looking for a digital marketing solution. So there is not a single KPI that we can measure. So each service comes up with a different KPI, with a different metric, and with a different way to measure the success. Some people are coming to us for the brand awareness part. So their metric is how many people actually, how many eyeballs they won this month, how much impression their particular social media page got, how much leads they generated this month. If a person is coming as for a service like mobile application development, so for them it would be how close we are, which phase are we in at the moment, whether it's the design phase going on for the mobile application, whether we are in the development phase. So yeah, blah 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 this way. So metric keeps changing as per the client's requirement.
I'm curious to learn more about your company. Are you providing marketing services to software companies and other kinds of companies? Is that what the business is?
No, we are not just providing the marketing solution. We are the one-stop solution for all the digital services that you need, from creating a software to designing it to developing it and also promoting it if you need it. So we provide digital marketing plus the software development solutions under the same umbrella. Yeah.
And then are you doing marketing for their businesses or for your business?
Forgetix, I'm CMO at Forgetix. So I'm doing all the marketing things for the company
Okay, not for the clients.
and also for the clients if they want to.
Okay, also for the clients.
Garrix is a company which provides software solutions, mobile application development solutions, and along with that, we also provide the marketing solutions if our clients need it. Our production team then also provide the marketing solutions to our clients if they need it. Otherwise, we are working on our marketing operations as well, as we ourselves is a
Okay. What's that dynamic, working on both your company's marketing but also assisting with other companies' marketing? It's almost like a fractional CMO model.
not exactly, it's a full-time job. We are a team of more than 100 people right now, which involves developers, designers, also marketeers, writers, email specialists, all these people. We are more than 100 now, and we are located in more than 2 countries right now. Yeah, we are easily managing it.
Okay. So I guess this is a B2B offering. What
Exactly.
methods do you use to market the company?
Our company divided into two categories. One is the brand communication part, and one is the brand promotion part. For the brand communication part, you can visit our website and you can learn about our company. We are in the market for the past 22 years by the name of Vistec, and we were generating leads through our referrals back then. Then we started our online marketing operations ourselves. For that, we revamped ourselves. First of all, we changed our name to Pragatics, which is Progress in Advanced Technology and Information, and we coined our own values. Once we know that we have a proper brand and a proper voice in the market, then we started working on all the fronts. Whether you talk about the blogging part, the social media marketing, email marketing, paid promotions, online ads, all these things that we do. And right now we have two channels of lead generation. One is our referral clients, happy clients, giving us more happy clients, new clients. And the other channel that we use is digital marketing. When I say digital marketing, it involves the 360 marketing operations, brand promotion and brand communication. Both the elements are considered.
How do you structure your marketing team? What does your team look like?
Okay, that's an excellent question. Talking about the marketing team, I won't be able to give you the exact numbers, but our team consists of content writers. Our team consists of SEO specialists, and when I say SEO specialists, an entire team of SEO specialists. Three kinds of people. One working on the strategic part, the on-page part, and the overall SEO strategy part. The other are the link builders, the people who work on the backlinks. Writers we have who work on the blogs, on the email marketing content, on the social media calendar content, and along with that we have graphic designers, animators who help us with the rich media content that we create, like gifs, explainer videos for our particular content. And along with that, we have email marketeers who work on the email campaigns that we send to our clients. We have a list of nicely sorted target audience. We try to communicate with them with different offers, different messaging, sometimes some sort of lead magnets and all stuff, free stuff sometimes. In return, we get the business. And we also have people who work on the online advertisement parts, buying ads and the media space on search engines, social media networks, and other online possible platforms like review platforms, or there are several other platforms.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. How do you think
And
that?
and along with that, let me mention these are just the marketing people that we have. Along with that, we have a team of successful developers, front end developers, back end developers, project managers. We have our team who caters to our front sales team, our on field front sales team, and our support sales team. So these are it's a combination of some few but great people.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's a lot of people that are needed to make it happen, to make it work. Um,
Absolutely.
yeah, have you introduced AI to your marketing operations at all, and where would that fit?
AI, we are working on a few AI projects ourselves as well, as since we are a software house, so we do have a few clients. We are working on different kind of chat bots that we are making for them. And we are working on a shopping solution. There's a project that I cannot actually name the client, but they are producing something that can actually help you with the shopping part. If you need something, you get the exact recommendation that you need at the same time. If we talk about the domain of marketing, I feel AI is something which is definitely creating its space, but it's a bit raw right now. It's too fresh to be solely dependent upon because of the customization part of AI. I personally feel that there is a lot of area that can be improved where it comes to the customization. For example, if I ask an AI bot, let's talk about our very famous ChatGPT. If we talk about that, if I ask ChatGPT to write a piece of content for me, a blog piece, the problem is that it gives the same piece of content to millions of other people as well. Now, if I'm going to use that blog piece for my SEO, for my search engine optimization, then plagiarism is a problem. Then personalization is also a problem. The tone of communication is a problem. Yeah, I believe that. But when I see it from the point where it just started to where it has come right now, it's a great evolution. And it's definitely going to change the game in the next 5 to 10 years. As the kind of video ads I see, the video animations I'm watching over the internet made using AI, the kind of graphic content, the kind of calculations, accounting things, and so many other things. So yeah, AI is definitely going to create this space, but we are early stages.
Agreed. Yeah, it's there's a lot of directions that it can go, and we have to wait and see what becomes the main competencies of the AI because it took a lot of people by surprise with how good it was at creative right off the bat with creating imagery and videos even nowadays. And there's still some room to grow, but still like quite impressive in that area. And then we have like, the whole reasoning issue, and that's where it starts to break down. Is when we needed to have more critical thinking, and so I wonder when that'll be solved for.
It was the other day I was actually talking to the CMO network, and they asked me the similar question about the AI, and the guy used a very nice phrase that one of the problems that people are facing right now, the same amount of time or the same amount of the efforts which was earlier consumed in creating the content. Now that same time and effort is being consumed in editing and formatting the thing. So the net time cost is the same.
Yeah,
I also
that is
mentioned
funny.
about one thing that, for example, a global company like ours, Progetics, working in different parts of the world. In particularly in marketing, yeah, personalization is very important. You cannot actually sell something, whether it's a service or a product or anything that you can imagine, without understanding your customers' inner emotions, their language, their culture, their motivators. For that, creating a generic content won't be a solution. A person living in California is totally different from a person living in, let's say, in UAE or in Australia. They have different motivations before taking any purchase decision. For them, language is a barrier, cost barriers are different. So I believe that the same messaging cannot be used for both the people, or
Hmm.
we cannot use the neutral generic robotic tone which AI is giving us as of now. This is what I feel, but I am not totally negative about AI. I'm talking as a pragmatic, practical person where AI stands right now.
Yeah, a lot of hype. There's been a lot of hype around it. I'm a little bit suspicious.
Yeah.
What other technologies do you think are going to change marketing?
What other technologies are going to change marketing? That's an excellent question. I was thinking about what really marketing is. So I was reading different definition by different people. Some people were saying it is about creating the relationship with your client. Some philosophers were saying that it was about building trust or something. So I came up with something which I feel made more sense to me that time. And it was in today's time, it is about creating your authority about the service or the product that you are selling. And that is what marketing is about, having a communication with the entire jungle. And sales is like communicate, it is the communication with a single tree. So if human emotions, human sentiments, are gonna stay the same, so only the platform is gonna evolve. And each time the marketers would have to do one thing is to be ready to adapt to those new coming platforms, whether it's Web3, whether it's blockchain, whether it's AI, for example. So you need to be able to adapt to those changes, but the fundamentals of marketing would remain the same. You will have to eventually connect with the people's heart, their subconscious mind. You need to understand what are the motivators behind their purchase decision when they are going for example, back then, if there's a person, let me give you the example of a sneaker. Let's talk about Nike. So people just don't buy a shoe, they buy an emotion. They want to feel connected to a community. Now it doesn't actually matter whether they buy that shoe from an online store or uh, I hope I'm making the sense. So
Yeah.
eventually the brand communication would remain the same, the brand promotion would remain the same. Somebody who can actually get the edge, the competitive edge, is some marketeer who is ready to adapt to those changes. So currently in our era, this decade is the decade of artificial intelligence, and in the next 5 years, artificial intelligence is not gonna replace the people from their jobs. Not gonna You're not gonna get people fired, but it's definitely gonna create so many new jobs and transform this industry in a new manner that will save time. And anybody who will be able to adapt to those new changes will be somebody who will be making a lot of money or a lot of success in this particular decade. This is what I feel.
Yeah, I agree. I would say that if anything, we're going to get better at measuring people's responses. And I think maybe technologies like Neuralink might enhance that. I don't think it is great or bad. I think it just is the fact that we're going to get better at measuring how people respond to different messages and materials, and that whole process is just going to become even more reliable than I think
We are
it currently
living
is.
we are living in a rapid world. Just 2 years ago, blockchain was everywhere. Everyone was talking about tokens, NFTs, and it was like I was feeling that fiat is going forever. But now, just 2 years later, AI is the big thing. So in technology, you never know what's coming next. That's what I feel. I cannot say as of now. AI definitely looks something which is gonna change the game in the next 5 10 years.
Yeah, agreed. Do you think there will be any changes to the way that we consume content? Do you think that there's a gap in the current social media landscape that'll be addressed in the future, or do you think that it's well saturated?
Catching consumers' attention, the attention span is getting shorter. Earlier, it was like blogs were doing some real justice. Then after that, we moved to smaller videos. Then 30 seconds. Now we have reels. So if you see that the attention span is getting shorter and shorter, and with the availability of the internet all over the globe, and you're selling things to consumer for, if you just talk about ourselves, Alex and Jehanzaib, we are using the technology. We're sitting in different parts of the world, and we are discussing about the new technologies and all the marketing stuff and all that. So we can imagine that the Gen Z is very smart. They are the people who are born in an era where all these technologies are already available and they are using it. So what I feel is, how would I say that, anybody just try to keep yourself up with the trend, and this is the way. The spans of attention are getting shorter, so be very smart. Try to say things in little words, which I'm definitely not doing right now. Be specific, know your audience, be very definite when it comes to providing the value to the customer. Just try to understand what exactly does your customer want, because if you're going to lack the value, that exact value that they need, and you're trying to push, and the last thing that I want to add, that don't sell anything, don't push anything. Try to educate your consumer. Once they know that this is the service, the for example, if you're selling a pen, if the person knows that you understand the pen thing better than the buyer, then he's definitely going to buy it from you. If you're selling a social media marketing service, if you're selling a mobile application development service, today's consumer, what I have noticed, Alex, is that they give a shot by themselves first. For example, if Alex is planning to launch a product, today Alex will definitely try to create that product, that app or website or a social media page first by himself. He's that educated. So you need to be at least two steps ahead, Alex, so that you can actually tell him that, hey, pal, you're doing it correctly, but this is how you can do it even better. Once Alex knows that this person knows a little bit more than me, then he can actually hire you for that service. The times are gone when you can do all those sales pitches and you can push hard and all that. Today's consumer is very smart. They are as a DIY customer, do it yourself customer. Once they know that they have tried something, they have failed trying, then they come to an expert. And you should be ready to sell it in a proper manner. Then is the time that you try to educate him. This is how I at least try to crack the deals, or my people try to do that.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. It's selling expertise. It's a very universal sort of value proposition that even I could
Yes.
apply to what I'm trying to do.
Gone, gone were the days when customers used to knock your doors and say, "I'm looking for social media marketing solutions and I'm looking for mobile application development." Nah, man, they are using website builders by themselves. The client, when it knocks, the phone rings. The client has already set up his website. They are already on social media channels. They have somehow have developed. I sometimes feel surprised. They have even created a prototype of their mobile application. So, and then they hire an expert. So clients are mature.
Yeah. So you're saying basically there's less of a barrier to entry. There's still a
Agree.
barrier to completely building out a product or service, but people can prototype pretty quickly these days. Interesting. Makes sense. There's a lot more of these services available, self-service type things. So would you say that there's generally more opportunity for entrepreneurship now than previously, just because there's more services available to the entrepreneur to build out their product?
Oh yes, it definitely. I totally agree with you on this. Yeah, people, with the rise of internet and the kind of detailed videos available everywhere for free, the content and everything, you can do anything that you want. You can easily, today's entrepreneur can easily launch its own website by its own, can create a simple prototype, or if he's really dedicated, can actually create a really complex product all by himself or herself. I can totally agree with you there. And along with that, the market has also gone global. Now it's not like that you're selling like 20 miles radius within 20-mile radius or something. You can sell your service or product to anybody sitting anywhere on any part of the universe. So yeah, if anyone has a great idea, I would suggest them to take a shot. And if they miss it, definitely there would be somebody else out there to help them out. They should give a shot.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. I love that. I think this has been a really great conversation. I appreciate you joining, Jay, and I hope everybody learned a lot from this. So thank you so much again for joining.
Thank you, Alex. Thank you so much for having me tonight. Have a great day.
Thank you, and thanks everyone for listening. We'll talk to you soon.